out. Howdy doody.
Sports delighted to bring you all the action here from the PGA Tour. Today's coverage of the Southern Open is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this first round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and down on the course, it's hello to John McCarthy.
Hello, Luke. Great to be with you and Rich as always. I'm pretty excited to be bouncing around the course today. Looking forward to bringing some of the action to the folks at home.
And let's see what he can do here today.
Out for the left.
Time for the second shot into the first. Opting for the 6-iron. Not a bad approach. He'll be putting. 12 feet to the cup coming up. Hey, nice looking line. They've made it. Off to a great start today.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll have another.
Getting off to a great start at this event.
Can't birdie them all unless you birdie the first, Luke. Good start.
And now they're willing to tug.
Pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one. Oh, well struck. This drive's heading for the fairway in my eyes. Already with a couple of wins under their belt. Yeah, that one will play.
Brilliant. Not brilliant at all.
And here we are with the third shot.
Then we get out of it.
Good look at birdie here. Some momentum being built now. That's back-to-back birdies.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
He currently shares 4th position.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
Two great shots are required here because this hole is a long par 4.
Just a minute. about that.
That's heading for the fairway.
Trust you.
And this shot from about 150 yards out. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. That should find the surface. Oh, terrific approach, and a chance for birdie here at the third.
Did have two.
Ooh. Putting for par. And well hold. Let's move on. Currently a couple under for the round.
Got down to one now, so
Should be two.
you've got two.
No, I said it should be. Because there's this on my phone and the one on the TV, innit?
Teeing off here at the 4th. Not a bad line, this one. From about 100 yards. 2 strokes off the lead.
So do you want me to stay on it or?
That's up to you.
Choosing the 9-iron here. That's right out of the copybooks. Exquisite.
He's already made a few birdies today, and this is another good look.
Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one. And with that, we'll move to 3 under par. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. And we've arrived at a par 3.
Come on, guys. I'm gonna make affiliate. I can't. I know I'm boring, but
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Oh, absolutely flushed. And this putt to move into a tie for first place. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? And this one is for his par. And the putt drops, and we're moving on.
how's it going?
Trailing by a stroke after that hole. Welcome to this hole. It's a par 4. That should find the fairway.
Don't trust you, because
second shot here on the 6th.
You're live before.
Opting for the 4-iron here.
Stop.
Well, a little off the target with that one.
And missing it long with that approach, not a good leave.
Oh, that's the hands of a surgeon. Lovely touch.
Judging it beautifully.
If he makes this, he'll save his par. Yeah, nothing to sweat over that one. Well hold. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. This hole here is a par 4.
Ow, bit my tongue. Oh. Hit the ball that hard and bit my tongue.
That's some good golf right there. Sitting at -3, tied for second place. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. Good chance this one. Right on 6 feet. Oh, what a stroke. You can mark it down. That's birdie number 4 today. And that will take him to 4 under. And that finds him in a share of second. We've reached the 8th hole. The tee is yours. Looks to be going with the 4-iron.
This one is chewing fiber.
Wow, what a shot. That's well played. Anything on the green from there was fine.
And this one for back-to-back birdies.
What on earth?
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. 4 feet to the cup. Nicely holed. And for par. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Here we have a par 5. This one's looking good off the tee. That should find the short stuff.
Don't trust yourself.
Time to take their approach shot into the 9th. Opting for the 3-wood. Well, that's a tremendous shot and sets up a wonderful opportunity.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in two and get rewarded for it.
Well, this is a long way from downtown, but you're closer. John, what's he got in front of him?
He's got about 27 feet to the cup from here.
Oh, that's frustrating. Wow, almost an eagle. A putt for the lead. Who wouldn't want that? Mark it down, that's birdie number 5. And top spot on the leaderboard to boot. Here we go, Rich. The back 9 on Sunday. What are your thoughts so far?
Always great to be in the lead, Luke. There's no doubt about it. But let's face it, lots of golf yet to be played. Let's see how this player handles it.
Always love a new beginning. Here we are at the opening hole of the back 9, the 10th. Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. And taking aim from around 100 yards here.
Yeah. Not going, mate. Probably putting them in the wrong ears anyway.
Opting for the 9-iron.
I didn't know if it's going to go in the bunker.
Okay, not the best result, but a chance to get up and down.
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
Oh. How close was that to going down? Oh, wonderfully played chip shot.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
And down she goes. Currently 5 under for the event.
Weird.
Teeing off here at the 11th. Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Well, that's beautifully judged. This one just outside 7 feet to the hole.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
Oh, just missed.
Very impressive, missing.
He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. In she goes. Let's head to the next.
Huh.
And after that hole, he's now alone at the top of the leaderboard. Time to make a move. The tee is yours here at the 12th hole. That one's heading down Broadway. Seems to have chosen the 3-wood.
Down.
Well, this person displays the power game in pure fashion there.
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in 2.
Putting for eagle here.
No doubt in my mind, this will not go in.
Ooh, right by the hole.
Lent is right.
Always nice when you can just go ahead and tap one in for birdie. Oh, you're going to be hard to catch now if you keep making putts like that. And that will move you to 6 under par. Still in the lead now after that hole.
Oh, and they increase their
Hello,
lead.
everybody.
This is impressive, Luke, but can they hold up this play?
Please stay
Teeing
with me.
off here on the 13th hole.
Nice birdie at the last. Let's see what they can produce here.
Well, that's a handy shot. Playing from around 150 yards here. And choosing the 8-iron here. Oh, what a gorgeous looking shot that is, Rich.
What? Get him!
This
Oh.
player's dialed in. What a shot. Oh, that's a great shot. And sets up a birdie look here at the 13th. Just 3 feet to the cup. Oh, what a round this is. 7 birdies today.
2 in a row there, Luke. Getting their groove on.
Currently 3 strokes up after that hole. It's time to tee off here at the 14th hole.
There's a kid. Turn the Wi-Fi off. Do it on your mobile data. I want to see if that makes a difference. Whether it's
On my phone.
yeah.
Right.
I've
I
just
was
seen whether
gonna
it's
say if
picking.
you-
I've
if
just seen if it's picking up the same IP address, and that's why it goes down. Because I'm back to 2 again now.
So do you want me to use my mobile data?
Yeah. I just want to check something. That's all.
Just the way you said to turn off the Wi-Fi, I was like,
No. Yeah. Yeah.
no.
Bounce onto the fairway. Nope. Bounce into the rough.
That's a little untidy. Well, this is not a good outcome. Buried in the deep stuff. Oh, this one should find the surface. Good shot, this. That's just inside the range. Trying to get to 8 under par with this putt. Ouch, that hurts. And they'll walk away with a par on this one. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. He sits in first position.
Weird.
Quite often the hardest hole in golf, a long par 4.
Not gonna go now.
Yeah. Just wondered, that's all.
That looks to be a fairway finder to me.
But
Sitting at -7. Currently in top spot.
round a bit, 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 round. Go on, go on. Oh.
They're dialed in. It's an absolute clinic.
I tell you, you just dream about days like today. Greens and regulation, spot on all day. Awesome.
Our current leader is up by 3 shots. Just a few holes to play. Let's see how you handle the 16th hole.
Good birdie on the last. What's in store now?
A quality shot, that.
Slim chance for a birdie, but in all reality, 2-putt for par would be just fine.
Not enough power.
You always like that on long putts when you just have to go ahead and tap it in stress-free. You'll take the tap in for par any day. And after that hole, leading Justin Thomas by 3 strokes. Let's see what happens here at the 17th.
I think it's where the camera is. I can't see what club I'm using.
Good looking shot, this. This shot coming from around the 150-yard marker. A wonderful shot here at the 17th and a chance for birdie. Just a 4-footer remaining. Fair effort that.
Back.
Good birdie. And after that hole, you're currently leading JT by 3.
Thank you for watching. This keeps up, I might make affiliate buy.
All right, one more hole to go. Let's see how you handle the 18th. Oh, that's a high caliber shot. Going with a 3-wood here. Well, they got after that one right up near the surface. Good play.
Oh,
Oh, that almost went in. Lining up the birdie putt here. And that'll be all she wrote. Let's head to the clubhouse. Well, that's a lovely way to finish the opening round. Out in front, the leader. Sounds great.
And that's a good place to be after the first round. But listen, there's lots of golf to be played, multiple rounds they still have to navigate through. But after the first day, it gives you a lot of confidence going forward.
Well, that'll just about do it. On behalf of Rich Beem, I'm Luke Elving. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.
To the cans, but I don't know the left and the right on. Maybe a pair of shoes.
TK Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We're at the Southern Open. Today's coverage is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this second round action. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beem. And Rich, this player starts their round in the lead. What's the game plan for them today?
Well, they've got the lead, and there is a significant chasing pack, so they can't get too wrapped up in what's going on behind them. They've got to kind of keep their nose out front. They got to keep pushing along and play the golf course. Don't think about who's chasing you down. Just think about playing the golf course. But if you do find themselves falling back a little bit, then they need to go ahead and start making a little bit different push, maybe come up with a different game plan. But right now, out in front, they just kind of have to play the golf course right now and keep that in their sights.
Can't wait to get into the action. Very excited to see how this player fares today. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing.
Slim chance here for birdie, but you never know.
That's outstanding. What a putt.
Oh, that settles the nerves right there. Great stuff.
Why not take another look at that effort? Currently in first position.
Making birdie in the first always puts you in a good frame of mood. It'll be fun to watch the round progress.
Time to tee off at the second. Oh, seems to have got a big piece of that one. Striped. Already with multiple victories this season.
quite right, but
Not far from the green here, just in the greenside rough.
It's going to be challenging to replicate the birdie from yesterday.
Whew. What a recovery. Almost hold it. Putting for birdie. Good looking putt. Wow, they certainly got out of the right side of bed today.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
Currently 12 under for the event.
The lead continues to grow. This is simply amazing.
Teeing off here at the third hole. Wow, that was just striped. Lining up from around 160 yards.
Wind is blowing left to right. Going to try and hold it against the wind.
Going with the 7. Anywhere up on that dance floor would be nice. Wow, what a shot.
Already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
If it's up, it could be in. A well holed, he'll take the birdie.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. And coming off the birdie, they'll be proud of themselves, a chance to keep it rolling. Attaboy, good shot. Coming off a hat-trick of birdies. That's great momentum. Chosen the pitching wedge here. That was wonderfully done.
not the best.
Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. Get excited. This could go in. Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard.
That sets a positive tone for the player, doesn't it?
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. It's time to step onto the tee here at the 5th. Looks like they've got the 5-wood. Yeah, good swing. This one's heading up onto the green for sure.
No, it's not.
That's not the outcome they were after.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Oh, wouldn't that have been nice?
Yeah.
Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here. Yep, you'll take that.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
Now 7 strokes up after that hole.
It's a weird one.
Time to tee off at the 6th. And after a par at the last, chance to maybe take a step in the right direction here.
Weird. Do not understand this.
This looks to be heading for the cut stuff. Time for the second shot here at the 6th. Going with the 6-iron here. And he's not hit the mark on that approach.
What a shame. Has hit a lot of greens today, just not on this occasion.
This would be a great up and down from this spot. Ooh, that almost went down. Straight out of the top drawer.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
Just weird.
Let's see if you can make this and keep the par on the card. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Our current leader is enjoying a 6-stroke advantage. To me, the short par 4 is the most underrated hole in all of golf.
Do you attack it and try and increase your lead, or do you lay back and play safe? I like to attack it. What do they like to do?
That's heading into the rough, I think.
Yep. But it's nice rough.
This lie won't be too bad in the first cut.
Birdie on this hole yesterday, but highly doubtful from the lie they have today. No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Oh, a 9-foot chance here. This one's tracking and racking up their 5th birdie of the day. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. Let's see what happens here at the 8th. Going with the 4-iron here. Come on, get a good bounce to the left.
Just stop on the green. That's all I want.
Not a bad shot, that. Still a chance.
Made birdie on the last, looking for a second in a row here.
Get in. That one's come up short.
Wow, shocking to say the least. How do you miss that?
Yeah, well done.
Says to come to
Leading by a whopping 7 shots after that one. We've reached the 9th hole. Time to tee off. This looks to be a fairway seeker to me. It might be ambitious play, but I like it. Looks like they're going for the green here.
Down. Bounce right.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. Didn't that look good for a long time? This putt is about 17 feet long.
Nowhere near.
Oh, so close. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. Hey, that's a chance. Solid par putt, that. Our leader is up by 4 shots now. We have a par 4 on this one.
Something different. Not going to work.
Might get caught up in the brush here.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Beach holiday it is.
Bit untidy, wasn't it? Well, let's see how this shot goes from the fairway bunker.
Not as easy and straightforward as yesterday's par, so work to be done.
Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
That was a gallant attempt. And this putt coming up for his par. And that putt will drop. Well done. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. Let's see what happens here at the 11th hole. Opting for the 6 iron. Oh, this one's right down the pipe. And he's safely on the green with that shot. Well, this will be a big putt to make. A birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2. Ooh. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. Yeah, good putt. Well home. Now 4 shots up after that hole. Teeing off here on the 12th hole.
Keep going, thank you.
It looked like it came out of a cannon. This spot looks awfully familiar. Didn't they play here yesterday?
Same spot as yesterday, looking for the same result today. This one headed left and not coming back.
Crying out loud.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. What a shot!
Stop.
Almost went in the bucket.
Stop.
Time now for the 4th shot. And another one goes. And with it, an increase of his lead. And it's worth taking another look at that one. And now that finds him in first place. This hole is a long par 4. That should find the cut stuff.
Luke, that did not end up where you said it was going to. It's in the rough.
Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Didn't quite strike that as cleanly as they would have hoped.
Now from that lie, missing the green was always an option.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? 4 feet to the cup. That's a good putt for par. You'll take it. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. Let's see what happens here at the 14th. Looks like they put a good swing on that one. That should find the short stuff. Playing from around 110 yards out.
Wind's blowing right to left here, and they're going to go ahead and ride the one in here. Oh, this needs a little right turn, Clyde.
Not a bad approach, that one, up onto the green. A couple of putts from there, and that'll be a pretty good hole. This putt coming up is for birdie. That did everything but drop. If you can make this one, it's for par. Okay, let's head to the next. Our leader is out in front by a whopping 5 strokes. You've arrived at a par 4. Step up to the tee and own it. That's tidy. Second shot here on the 15th. Come on, look after us. Little bounce to the right here. Yeah, well played. Well, this is one of those lengthy putts. John, how do you see it?
This putt's about 23 feet, guys.
Go in. Nice putt to make that one. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Now 5 shots up after that hole. Just a few holes to play. Let's see how you take on this 16th hole. Opting for the 3-wood. That was never really a comfortable shot for them, was it?
Coming up a little short with that effort. Not bad, though. This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Nice putt of about 6 feet coming up. Looking good. And there it is. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. We've arrived at a par 4 hole. Second shot here on the 17th hole. Going with the pitching wedge here. That's a shame. Had a chance to hit the green, but couldn't quite get there.
Not taking enough club to get it there.
Certainly makes putting easy if you can chip it that close.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. Still in the lead now after that hole. Well, it's come down to this, the final hole. Welcome to the 18. Oh, good drive. That one should find the fairway. Playing from around 230 yards. It might be ambitious to some, but they're going for the green.
Yeah.
Getting ready to play their third.
Drop.
That's worth a replay. Let's take another look.
Again.
And through 36 holes, this player continues to shine out there in top spot.
They're feeling awfully good about their game, aren't they? But there's lots of golf left to play. They need to make sure they go out and continue to play on the front foot and try and get this thing done.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beem, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Golf.
Sports so proudly presents this PGA Tour event. Today's coverage of the Southern Open is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this third round action. G'day everyone, Luke Elvey here with Rich Beem. And Rich, this next golfer, as they begin their round, what do you think of their chances?
Right now the game plan is working, but they still have to go out there and play off the front foot, play on offense, and not worry about who's chasing them.
It's all set up to be a beauty. Let's head out to the action. This one's for birdie. Oh, what a way to build momentum early.
And always a good feeling to have early in the round.
He's currently sitting in first place.
I can't ever recall him making a birdie and feeling bad about it. So yes, birdie on the first, great job.
Well, I like the look of the line here. This should find the fairway. Second shot on the second. It's a brave one. Driver off the deck.
Whoa.
Oh, well done. Oh, this is exciting. A putt for an eagle. Just didn't drop. Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it. The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
Kinda like it. 2 in a row.
And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings.
The play so far has been stellar, increasing the lead, Luke, but can they maintain it? Let's find out.
Yeah, this is a quality looking shot, this one. That should find the short stuff. Well, this player's certainly finding this spot a couple of times this week.
They had a good result yesterday. Can't see why they wouldn't have another good one today.
Oh, that's a lovely looking shot into birdie range here at the third. Just 10 feet to the cup here. And that's for birdie. Well holed. He sits in first position. Let's see what happens here on the fourth.
Luke, this player coming off a birdie on the last hole, getting some momentum going their direction.
Oh, well struck. This drive's heading for the fairway in my eyes. Another birdie opportunity coming up for this player.
It's a good start to the day. Let's hope they can keep up the good form.
Great looking shot this. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it. Lining up the birdie putt here. Oh, nice looking putt. That's very impressive.
That is definitely a confidence builder.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that.
Yeah,
Let's see what happens here at the fifth. Opting for the hybrid, I think. Oh, good looking shot here. That's headed towards the green. He hasn't managed to birdie this hole this tournament. Oh, what a great stroke. And that putt will drop, and he'll extend his lead.
Got to say, putting this well from this distance is a huge confidence booster.
Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole.
That one was fired out of a cannon.
Coming off a string of 5 birdies. Going with the 6-iron here. This one's going right at the pin here. Steps up to a putt of about 15 feet in distance. Ah, that's frustrating. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. That's well holed. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going.
Come on. Speed it up.
Let's see what happens here on the 7th.
Standing on this par 4 and leading. What's the strategy? What's going on through their mind? Attack it or lay back? That is right down the sprinkler line.
2 wins so far this season.
Oh,
Well struck. Nice birdie, well played. And now that finds him in first place. And after a birdie at the last, he'll take the honour on the hole. Opting for the 4-iron here. Yeah, that one's looking good. And this has been a hole he's unable to take advantage of so far for this event. It's on a great line. And mark it down. That's birdie number 7 on the scorecard.
Back-to-back birdies, moving the right direction there, Luke.
Welcome to the tee at this par 5 hole. Go get after it. This is the second shot here on the 9th hole. Well, this is a good risk-reward hole. Looks like they're taking plenty of risk here, going for the green. 11 feet left to the hole. Okay, steady now. Good look at birdie here. Well, what a performance. 8 birdies on the card. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. Let's see what happens here at the 10th hole.
Nice birdie back there. On to the next.
Looks like a lovely little draw there. Around 110 yards to go. Well, this one's right at the pin. High quality shot, that one, right next to the hole.
Gotta say, I can't see them not making birdie here, Luke.
And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. Par 3s always offer up that hope of a hole-in-one. Opting for the 6-iron. Well, you're a ball striker, there's no doubt about that.
Well, the practice is paying off here, Luke. This player is relentless.
He's making this look easy, keeps surging ahead. Currently in first position. Let's see what happens here at the 12th. Now, this one looks to be heading down the runway. Well, this is some sort of play. 5 birdies on the bounce. Seems to have chosen the 3-wood.
Whoa. We'll do that. But
and here we are with the 3rd shot.
stop.
13 feet to the cup.
Good stuff today, especially the short game has been really sharp today.
And he just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field. What a putt to hole. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard. After that, this has to be one of the more difficult holes in golf. The long par 4. It's heading to the rough for mine. Now man on the ground, John McCarthy. What's this lie look like, mate?
They ended up quite deep into the rough here, guys. I'm not seeing the likelihood of getting a lot of this one.
Getting ready to play their 3rd. Wow, that almost went in the hole. And he needs this to save par. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. He's currently sitting in first place. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a par 4. And after a par at the last, a chance to perhaps signal some intent.
Don't go in the water.
Bit disappointing, that one. Found the deep rough. This will take a big hack to get out here.
Yes, difficult lie. Made a par here yesterday. A little bit more difficult today.
And here we are with the third shot. Nice soft hands around the green. What a skill to have.
Oh, Dr. Chapinski strikes again.
And down it goes. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going.
Come on.
You've arrived at a par 4. This one looks to be heading for the sanctuary of the fairway. Isn't this where they hit from yesterday?
Same spot as yesterday. Will they have the same results today?
Oh, look at this. Right down the throat. 16 feet to the hole. And that will drop in for birdie. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. Going with a 3-wood here. Not a bad approach, that one. Not quite inside the birdie range, but you never know. Hole a long one. Still counts.
Outside chance here for the birdie.
Was on a good line. And tapping it in for par. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole.
Come on.
Welcome to this hole. It's a par 4. That should find the fairway. Looks like a similar approach to yesterday.
Yes, and let's hope it's not a similar result as yesterday.
That's a pretty handy shot. A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the 17th. Just 6 feet between he and the hole. Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one. And now that finds him in first place. Teeing off here at the lucky last, the 18th. Looks like this one's heading safely for the fairway. Opting for the 3-wood. Getting ready to play their third. That's a high-quality recovery shot.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
And with that putt, concludes this player's round. Through 54 holes, this wonderful golf continues. Our leader in the clubhouse.
Yes, Luke, it's a very strange position to be in because you feel like it's yours to lose, but it's also yours to win. I mean, which way are you looking at it? Hopefully, they're thinking it's mine to win, and I'm going to grab it tomorrow.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beem, and on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye. It's a pleasure to bring you our PGA Tour action live on 2K Sports. We're at the Southern Open. Today's coverage is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this final round action. I'm Luke Elvey, here alongside Rich Beem, and it's the final round here, Rich. What's our next player up against as they begin it?
Even with this massive lead, there is no lead large enough, I have to say. it's a very uncomfortable situation because there's only one place to go, and that's down. So this player has got to be aware of that, go out and try and play as rock solid the first 3 or 4 holes as humanly possible to continue that lead.
Son of a...
Big day coming up. Can't wait to see how it unfolds, Rich. This should be an absolute beauty. Ooh, that looks like a pure stroke. He sits in first position. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. This hole is a par 5. Well, on the tee now, coming off the par. Chance to pipe one up the middle.
Pretty good shot there.
Time for the second shot here on the second hole. The interesting choice of the driver here. Well, that's big boy golf right there.
Using the big boy muscles to get it home in 2 there.
Oh, you set yourself up with an eagle opportunity. Ooh, right by the hole. What an opportunity to make a birdie. Good putt that. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. Taking aim from about 170 yards. Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
Well, what a start. This is impressive.
Oh, that settles the nerves right there. Great stuff.
Tee is yours. Here we are at the 4th hole. Good looking shot this. Already with a couple of wins under their belt. Yep, that one's on the dance floor. You can 2-putt that for sure.
He's already had a few birdies today. This for another.
Oh.
What a disappointment. That was pretty straightforward. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. It's time to step on the tee here at the 5th. Yeah, nicely played.
He's already made a few birdies today, and this is another good look.
Ouch, that hurts. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. It's time to begin this par 4 hole. That looks to be a fairway finder to me. Second shot here on the 6th. Looks to be going with the 4-iron. This one looks like it'll safely make the green. Yep, that shot's safely on the green.
He's already had a few birdies today. Another opportunity for another one. Let's take a look.
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. Well holed. Let's move on. He's currently sitting in first place. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. This hole here is a par 4.
This hole is so important at this critical time. Go for it, lay it back. How much do you trust your swing?
This looks to be a fairway seeker to me. Time for the second shot here at the 7th. Oh, almost went in. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Oh, you're going to be hard to catch now if you keep making putts like that. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going.
Oh, and they increase their lead. This is impressive, Luke, but can they hold up this play?
Going with the 4-iron here. Ooh, back there, Horsey. This would be a great up and down. Go ahead and make it. How close was that to going down? Oh, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. Wow, he let the big dog eat there, didn't he? Time for the second shot here at the 9th. He may be thinking about going for the green here. Well, that's showcasing their power there, Rich.
2 big hits there, knocking it on this par 5 and 2.
Well, it'd be nice to make this one. This one's for eagle. That was a gallant attempt. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. And that's their 4th birdie of the day. Here we go, Rich. In the lead, late in the championship. It's exciting.
Yes, but if they start thinking about it, that's where the danger happens. They have to keep their head down and keep playing on the front foot if they want to see this thing home.
That's heading for the fairway. Time for the second shot at the 10th. Going with the 8-iron here.
This one is chewing fiber.
Scorecard filled with 3s never hurts. Good putt to make this. But that's a good putt to hole any day of the week.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. You've reached the 11th hole, and the tee is yours. Going with the 6-iron here. That's a bad error to make there. That's headed right. This would be a great up and down from this spot. Well, that's very crafty, isn't it?
Judging it beautifully.
He has this putt to save his par. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. Still in the lead now after that hole. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. Time to make a move. The tee is yours here at the 12th hole. Not a bad line, this one. Ooh, staying aggressive. Going for the green. And here we are with the 3rd shot. Oh, I thought that one was going in. And John, how long's this putt? It seems to be a fair way.
Well, I'm thinking about 26 feet from here.
Oh, so close. Just a simple tap in for par on this one. And now that finds him in 1st place. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Let's see what happens here at the 13th. This one might just sneak off the fairway. Well, Rich, in the thick stuff here, not a good spot to be.
Yeah, they parred this hole yesterday, but from easier circumstances today, a little more difficult, but still doable.
This putt right on 12 feet to the hole.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've kept this player inside the top 10 all day long because of it.
An opportunity to make their par. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. No movement up or down on the leaderboard for this player. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today. Our leader is way out in front in this final round. All right, getting into our final stretch. Time to tee off here at the 14th. And after that par, we're looking for something good here. Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole. That's not what they were looking for.
Yeah, it took a bit too much club on that one.
Oh, I like the look of that shot there, Beamer.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
And that puddle drop. Well done. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Teeing off here at the 15th hole. That was absolutely murdered. Well, Rich, this looks like a familiar spot for this player.
Same spot as yesterday, looking for the same result today.
Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. All right, John. How's this putt looking?
Well, this putt is looking at to be about 23 feet.
Par putt coming up here. In she goes. Let's head to the next.
And nice to have that cushion heading down the last few holes.
He sits in first position.
3 holes remaining, Luke. This is getting awfully fun.
Up.
Second shot here on the 16th. Well, that's an impressive little chip.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
Okay, let's head to the next. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
We have a par 4 on this one.
Oh, that was pummeled into submission.
Well, there's a very good reason why he's leading this tournament, and that's Exhibit A.
Well, what can I say? This tee shot is so much better than yesterday. Yesterday, I think that golf ball is still going.
11 feet to the cup. Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round. He's currently sitting in first place. And I don't give the rest of the field much hope today.
No.
Our leader is way out in front in this final round. And now this player tees off their final hole of the event with the lead. Oh, good drive. That one should find the fairway. Playing from around 210 yards here.
Up.
Oh, what a time to chip one in here. Do so, and you'll win the tournament. Ooh, that almost went down.
Good.
All right, let's keep the focus here. This is to win the event. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a fine performance. He's done it. He's won the tournament.
Speed golf.
3 on the season so far. This player is absolutely dominating right now. Great stuff.
Well, on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, and Rich B, thanks for tuning in. Catch you tomorrow.
Adios.